The new Chat GPT plugins are seriously blowing me away, guys. I just got access to the plugins last night and I haven't been able to stop playing with them. So I'm recording this video now so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, where I'm getting started, and the possibilities. And then there's going to be a part two. Just turned off my mic. The new Chat GPT plugins are seriously blowing me away. I just got access last night and I've been playing with them ever since. And I had to just record a video and get something up to educate everybody on what I'm doing and how I'm using it so far. So this is going to be a two-part video. The first one is going to be an overview. And then the next one, it's actually going to be where we are actually going into some real estate possibilities using Chat GPT's new plugins. So this first part is going to be how I'm using Chat GPT plugins, having them after one day, and what's kind of possible and how you can get started. So let's go ahead and go. So here I am in Chat GPT. So if you go down here to your settings, and if you have a pro account, go into settings and you go to beta features. And you have web browsing, which I'm going to turn on as well. And we're going to make another video about how to do the web browsing. And then you have the plugins, which is what we're going to talk about today. So if you have a pro account, this should be in here. If not, it'll be someday this week. And then just go in here and turn it on. So you go in, you do a new chat. And if you're in Chat GPT 4, you will see these plugins. Okay. So then I have these couple plugins here. There's a bunch. You can only enable 3 at a time, but I have an app for that, some PDF stuff. All these ones I've been downloading, Zillow, which we're going to talk about, some travel ones like Trip, Redfin, which we're going to talk about, Video Inside Speak, Open Table, Wolfram, Zapier, which is really exciting, Expedia, Travel, Instacart, Kayak, and then you go to the plugin store and they have quite a bit of other ones in here. There's a bunch. Like I said, I got access last night and I'm still going through it. But my plan is to go through whatever I can download and install to make some money off of and learn some stuff and get more efficient. Because that's what I see as the opportunity, is the efficiency and almost being able to operate outside of Chat GPT down the line. And that conversational style, like that's a big opportunity, guys, that I'm really excited about. Anyways, let's go back to the screen. So we're in Chat GPT, and let me give you some examples of what I've done already. Okay, so easy one. I want to make chicken tikka masala tomorrow. I need the recipe and price of ingredients for a store in West Sacramento. So what it did is actually Chat was able to get the recipe. So I suppose I could have asked it for a recipe from some fancy restaurant with one of these plugins, or maybe what's available online, but it just gave me whatever recipe it found on the internet or had in its data. And if you scroll down, and I need a shopping list for these ingredients and to check the prices for a store in West Sacramento. So I went to Instacart and it actually filled up a cart here with the recipes and the prices that I could have very easily pushed a button from a local store in West Sacramento and gotten the ingredients necessary to make chicken tikka masala. I think that's super cool. I'm not going to cook it probably, but really cool feature that I see the possibilities for, right? I did ask some questions about traveling, hotels, 4-star hotels with pools in Los Angeles. It gave me lists from Kayak and Expedia, so that was cool. Some other things that I want to show today that's useful right away is the Zapier functions. So, and this is going to be me going back and forth on 2 different tabs because there was 2 different sets of information. So Nick Sievers, operations manager for my businesses, send a Slack message to Nick Sievers and a direct message that says hello. So it hits Zapier, which I set up with a Slack integration, and I prepared the message for Nick. Please click here. It takes you to this screen. Then you hit run, and it shows whether it goes through or not. So it totally worked. So sending something straight to Nick from Chat GPT, right? If I'm in here working on something or if I don't want to have to go inside of Slack, whatever reason, right? We can automate that so certain messages always go to Nick. And by creating these apps like this, filter my email and only send certain ones to people on Slack. Like that kind of functionality inside of here, instead of going in and setting it up, like this is stupid easy. You know, it triggers when an email is received in Gmail. Specify the exact criteria. That's fine, right? It said when an email is received in Gmail that meets certain criteria, send a direct message on Slack to a specific person with the contents of that email. Huge. Okay. Now, this was interesting, is how have my Facebook ads done in the last 30 days? Include reach, spend, and impressions. And I ran all of these just now, and they didn't work. It gave me an error every time. So I have this other chat that I did, and it gave me the answers. How are my Facebook ads doing today? It told me how much I spent in my impressions for the day. And when I asked it for specific campaigns, it wasn't able to get that granular information. When I asked for specific campaigns, once again, it just gave me the full ad account for the last 30 days. Keeps giving me the same information. This is cool. Add some email to a custom audience for showing homes. So it did this, and you can automate it. So any certain emails from wherever they get processed, you can add them to your custom audience in Facebook. I tried sending this email to my great friend and coaching client, Kim Dowling. It couldn't find Kim's contact information, even with the Google contacts and her being in my Follow Boss account, which is interesting. Send an email to Suneet. This actually worked. And then I said, find all contacts named Suneet. And it hit multiple apps, right? It hit multiple apps, but it couldn't find it. So then I said, look in Follow Up Boss, Gmail, and Google Contacts. And it did find me in my Gmail. So not working quite perfectly there. But ultimately, that looks like about it for this purposes. So this is part 1 of the video. And what I want to tell you guys is, like, get in here, start playing around. The opportunities to make money and like the wealth gap, I think, is going to get greater. You just need to be able to understand what's happening and either hire someone who gets it better or learn it like I have. Maybe you're not as much of a geek as I am, but I see a lot of opportunity here, potentially accessing everything in our day-to-day lives inside of a chat-like function like this, where it's like natural conversation. The possibilities, I think you'll agree, are endless. So I think you'll agree that the possibilities for Chat GPT and all the new plugins that it has going are pretty crazy. And what I really recommend you guys do is get in here and get comfortable and get a general understanding. And then if you need to outsource somebody to do more, or if you need more help, hire, get it going. And take advantage of this. The wealth gap is going to expand, and the opportunities for you to make money are going to expand, and it's going to come by leveraging yourself. I have found so many efficiencies myself within first turning this on less than 24 hours ago, working over the full time, doing multiple things and still making time, and really just thinking big. Because the bigger you think with all these things out there, the more opportunities are going to come out, and it's going to just be unbelievable. So stay tuned for the second video on this series. In the next video, we're going to dive deeper into what I see is happening using Chat GPT plugins for Zillow and Redfin, and how realtors can benefit from that information, what realtors should look out for in that situation, and some potential other things you can do with ads and Follow Up Boss and so much more. So we hope to see you in the next video. And see you guys soon.